This is a Frank podcast.
This Warriors Life debut pre-game show. Here we are, live.
Yeah.
Well, Brad and Joel Harrison down the bottom there. Welcome for your debut, and first pre-game show. Thanks for joining us, Joel, all the way from Sydney. How are you, mate?
Thanks for having me on. It's good, mate. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to the game this afternoon. Hopefully, the Warriors can defeat history and take the Titans down.
Yeah, so it's always a talking point with us a lot, Will, isn't it? So what time is it kick-off Aussie time? Because we all sort of get a bit baffled.
Yeah, so it'll be 3 p.m. I believe, the game today. So it's good. It's a. I mean, in Sydney at the moment, it's about 25 degrees, a blue bird outside. So perfect afternoon footy for a few beers mid-April. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, I miss. I lived in Brisbane for 6 years. Miss those 3 p.m. starts to the Saturday footy. It was bloody good. But that 5 o'clock time slot back here is not too bad. You'd be pretty familiar with that. Just a bit of an intro for yourself, Joel. You're a producer to the Stars, but you started over in Auckland and now find yourself in Sydney. Give us your bio.
I'm just an avid NRL and Warriors fan. Have been for a while. From my old man, who's a big follower and fan of the show as well. He got me into league and stuff. And I was just working in radio and podcasting for Radio Hodaki and Alternative Commentary Collective in New Zealand. Got a job over in Sydney. So currently working for TWL NRL. Just sort of we do a daily podcast with a few different players and ex-players and journalists and stuff. It's good. It's good. It is a wild rugby league scene over here, which is it's interesting how much is going on and stuff, and just loving it.
How have you found it sort of rubbing shoulders with some of the modern greats of the game, just day to day in your work life?
Yeah, mate. No, it is great. It's great. Like there's you do. I mean, it's great. Yeah, it's awesome working with them and stuff, and they're all. I mean, 99% of them are total professionals, considering their sort of transition from rugby league forwards and whatever, just into a career where they talk about the game and work in the media and stuff. But no, mate, it is awesome. A lot of great people, and it's. I mean, I think the one that's most interesting is the journalists who just pry into these players' lives and stuff, and just get the great scoops, and then end up working with the players 2 years later. But no, it's a cool environment for sure.
Yeah, awesome. I saw you popped up on Jimmy Graham's Buy Around podcast. Is that one of the ones that you produce as well?
Well, no, I don't produce the Buy Around, but him and Charlie White, who have started that, they both work for Triple M as well. So they've gone off and started their own venture. And I mean, I've in the comments here, a lot of the Warriors and Kiwis fans are sort of giving him shit for not ever talking about the Warriors and stuff. And I mentioned it a few times. He's like, mate, why don't you come on and talk about it? So it's good. I think deep down he does love the Warriors, but he loves to hate them, and I'm sure when they're doing bad, he's smiling for sure.
Yeah, nice. And lastly, just on your work life, Joel, you got a bit of spotlight by ending up on the field during Alex Johnston's record-breaking try, and there's Herald articles about you, quoting you. You're everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, a bit of carry on. It was, that was great. It was after the Warriors win against the Canberra, and it was in that Friday 6 p.m. slot. So, I mean, I was just with the fellas. We're just celebrating a great Warriors win, and I have the NRL accreditation for when I work at the games and stuff. And like, mate, if you do end up going on the field, like get some videos. And at halftime, I just went down. I was like, I may as well. And I was just about to like get on the field, and then he scored the try. So everyone just started pouring on, and I just somehow ended up popping up in the back of the photo. And the Rabbitohs, just some lanky 6-foot bloke with his with the Warriors jersey on. But no, it was a pretty unbelievable experience. But definitely, a bit of Dutch courage helped me help that just get straight on the field and not worry about that for sure.
Sweet.
Are you still playing over there, Joel? I know you were playing when you were living in Auckland. Are you playing footy over in Sydney?
Nah, I'm not, unfortunately. I was because we were playing in the open age restricted under 90 kg team in Auckland, the Mount Albert Mad Dogs we had for a couple of years, which was just great fun. Probably I've never been a great player at all, just a fan, but to play like under 90 kg league is such a great sport. But no, I unfortunately, buddy, I'm sure a lot of people with the same thing did the knee, so haven't played footy for the last year or so. But you never know, might have to. I do get a bit toey just thinking of the prospect of playing on Saturday again. So maybe make a return next year for sure.
Yeah,
awesome. Attaboy. Or just retire, man. There's no shame. I just done it. I was like, yeah, that's enough. I might play next year. I said that for 12 years, and then I just stopped saying that even. Yeah, so.
I know. No, it does clear up a bit of time on Saturdays not playing, but I mean, there is nothing better than kicking around footy and having a few beers afterwards for sure.
Yeah, good.
How's that ankle, Brad? You rolled
it.
My
ankle's recovering well. I don't know if you probably didn't, but I got some new footy boots. I'm helping coach one of my boys' rugby teams. Yeah. I got some new footy boots. I put them on to give them a bit of a test run on the front lawn with the kids, and I was sort of admiring the inside sole, just rolled it over a little bit and lost balance and rolled my ankle on the spot. Like wasn't even gave his ankle a bit of a tweak. But no, it's come back strong. I've been out on the wood splitter today, boys. So mechanical. I just left the log on. I'm not swinging an axe, but getting a bit done. So now body's coming back, bouncing back for game day.
I'd love it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, and one of our live viewers has asked if we see any late changes. I'm going to bring up the latest lineup. Just bear with me, Joel. I'm not quite the producer you are, mate, so it takes me a wee while to share these screens. But
he just won't pay the subscription on the site, man. We just get a bit slower.
So here we are. This is the lineups, and there's a late change to the Titans team. Jalen de Groot coming in at centre, so AJ Brimson ruled out. He's been a bit of a thorn in the Warriors side for the Titans over the last few years, so pretty happy to see the back of him. De Groot, versatile customer, plenty of pace. Don't know if I've seen him play in the centres either. So could be a bit of a target for our boys. Not sure which side he'd be lining up on, but a bit of a blow for them. And Warriors still 1-17 as named on Tuesday, but always the potential for a late change with Andrew Webster anyway. And Mitch Barnett still in that reserve slot. Plenty of talk saying that he'll come onto the bench. What do you guys reckon? We'll see Mitch make a late charge for the bench, and who for, if so?
We spoke of it the other day. I'm leaning. Will they bring him in? I'm not sure they will. I reckon he might just be hovering. Seems a weird selection, but if he does, Murata, I think, would be the swap for me. Jolie?
Yeah. No, I agree. I feel like it was that Tigers game. He broke his thumb, and they did say 4 to 6 weeks. And I mean, you would have no disrespect to any Warriors players, but I mean, you think Webster would have sort of learned his lesson after bringing black players too early potentially. It's an interesting one because obviously Mitch Barnett is a world-class player as well, but if you feel like Dimitri Vaimuanga gets more game time and stuff when he's not there, and last week he showed what he can do, but I'd say he would be on the bench, and Neo Corday makes sense falling out for him.
The interesting one for me is Chance. If he doesn't get a run, that's on form now because he's fit and healthy because it was a HIA for a week stand down, wasn't it, and nothing else?
Yeah, well, I kind of have this inkling that maybe Chance does come in a late change for Tane. Not necessarily supportive of that, but it is interesting to see him in there. Otherwise, the only way he gets on is an injury, I suppose. Like they're not going to carry him as one of their intended 4 men on the bench. I wouldn't have thought.
They're not trying to nurse him back to health. It's not as if he's been out with injury. He got out of HIA. Wouldn't you just bring him straight back to the team rather than...
he passed his HIA, so it was a neck injury last week.
Oh, was that what it was? Oh, here's this idiot banging on about an HIA. So they are bringing him in.
I was at the Cronulla game as well. I was standing on the hill, and he was down for a good 3-4 minutes as well.
Was he?
So, and then they named him last week, and he was a late scratching. But I feel like I don't know. Who do you guys reckon the Warriors' #1 fullback is at the moment?
I still
Roger.
Yeah.
In reality, it probably is Roger, but we've got no cover of the other. Yeah, I don't know.
I still think in Webster's head, he probably sees Chance as the #1 fullback long term. I was surprised I guess that he sort of shifted Chance to the centres in the first place. I'm a big Tane fan. I love what he brings. I just would love to see him. His ball playing has been good. His cover defense has been unreal. I'd just love to see him bust the line. Like we've seen from Kenny, he was unbelievable last week. We sort of compare the two, but really, as a ball runner, Kenny's on another plane, and Tane just not quite hitting his straps in that department. No problem with his carries, but just not quite threatening enough as a line breaker, I guess. What's your guys' take on, or yours, Joel, on who you'd prefer to see in the #1?
Yeah, I mean it's a tough one because for the last couple of years, I was always really keen on Tane being the fullback, and I mean Chance hasn't really done anything wrong this year when he's been playing fullback. He had a bit of a bludger of a game at Cronulla, but he was in the centre, and it was him and DWZ sort of just couldn't work out that right hand side. But it's an interesting one. You just can't. You have to compare Kenny and Tuapiki, and they're like the exact same prototype player. But Tuapiki he has that X factor, but he hasn't showed it this year as much. Although he's made a few great defensive plays as well, which like a few good saves in the last few weeks, which have been huge. But just as you said, would love to see Tuapiki slice the line a bit more.
His defense is almost the best part of his game. Where I thought him coming through and looking at his stature and the likes, I just put him in that mold of Kenny and KO Weeks. Probably to us, like it's probably not a good thing to do, compare him to that. But I'm a little bit. He just always creates a half chance. He doesn't. It's always just about, and it's never quite there. Always with both of them, with the pair of them. Sorry, Chance and Taupiki. Would either of them make a starting lineup or in any other NRL team at this stage?
Maybe the Dragons.
True.
Yeah. And they've still got Gutherson. I mean, that's not a given, but it is still an area of weakness. I think just they both bring plenty, but not the full package, either of them.
It's a position I'd love the club to find a real good one of. I still hold on to hope that Ponga might come over this way one day.
Yeah.
And I think sort of depth-wise, I got young Joseph Ratcliffe, who re-signed recently. I think they got big raps on him, and he's in Flegg, is he? And carving up. But again, no disrespect to Geronimo Doyle, but he's not going to be. He's probably 8th in line to be NRL fullback. He's a New South Wales Cup starter, but I don't feel like he's a chance of playing first grade. So that sort of gives you an idea of the depth we've got in that position. Little light.
Yeah.
But just lastly, boys, if Barnett doesn't come onto that bench, it's a bench of Nukore, Vaimonga and Laban as far as forwards go. That just about suggests that Marata would have to shift into the middle rotation today if they stay with that bench. So,
Clark does spend it. He's been spending the odd 10, 15 minute spell playing I reckon Clark could shift in there and take some spells front row.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm just Marata bores the piss out of me as a player. As what we've got in the back right there, I think he's the odd man out at the moment.
I've just seen that Luke Hanson's playing in the New South Wales Cup game at the moment as well.
Oh, okay.
So,
named on the 6-man bench for us, but interesting.
Yeah, so that might be the change to that might Shane's just said it in the comments as well. Barnett comes in, Hanson named to start in the Cup.
Yeah, okay. I guess slot onto that bench for Hanson, and it'll just be a guessing game to wait to see who comes on and when. But expecting Barnett, I guess. We have seen. Did we see earlier in the season someone did play New South Wales Cup and end up on the bench?
I think Morgan Gannon did.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him come through, wouldn't you? That's one person. I liked him in the warm-up games. What I seen, I'd like to see him in that first grade team somehow. Jeez, we're just too many good players.
Too many second rows, that's for sure. And speaking of Joel, your man, Kurt Capewell, back in action this week after doing his calf in the round 2 warm-up. You'll be stoked, mate. And yeah, hoping for a generous Kings Container Crew Warriors player rating mark from me later on.
Mate, I check it every after the game, refreshing it for hours to see my man Kurt Capewell. I do think. I mean, yeah, it's like he only played one game against the Roosters this year. He was pretty good as well.
Too, really good.
It was a dominating game. He showed his class last year when he got the opportunities in Origin, and when he was. I thought he was a great player for the Wires as well. But yeah, it's it'll be good. Hopefully, he can just continue help the young boys out. I feel like that's what he'll be good at doing, and just have a bit of an experienced Aussie in the mix is always a good benefit for the Warriors.
Is this his last year on contract with us?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
I'd like him to do one more. Would you be unhappy to keep him for 12 months? Like round 1, he was. I know that's a pretty small sample size, but he looked sharp, and I like him sort of hanging around the crew.
Definitely, yeah. And he's 32. He'll be. I'm just looking. Yeah, he'll be 33. Yeah, like he's a premiership winning player. It seems like he's enjoying his time in New Zealand. It's rare that we get Australians that actually want to stay in New Zealand as well. He hasn't asked for compassionate leave yet. I think he's on a pretty good wicket as well. But yeah, you'd imagine clubs like Perth and even potentially Papua New Guinea would be eyeing him up for a 1-year contract. But yeah, he's got a kid and a wife and a house in Auckland and stuff. So I don't see why we wouldn't offer him a contract.
Do you know so much about him?
He's a good man.
This is more than just a like of a player, isn't it?
Was this part of the move to Sydney? Some sort of restraining order type?
An ADO, Capewell.
Mate, I actually followed I moved over to Sydney to follow my man Marcelo Montoya. He was the former player I used to follow for the updates. But no, we've actually. I actually ran into Kurt. I've got some good stories of punishing NRL players in my time on the first, but we ran into Kurt Capewell and Jackson Ford one time at the Ellerslie races, and we were just sort of picking. Yeah, we were sort of picking. We were going like head to head with those guys, tipping horses and stuff, and it was like whoever horse wins, the other goes and buys a drink. We ended up buying them quite a few drinks and stuff, and turns out Capewell's on about 800 grand at the Warriors, and he also had a free drinks card of the Ellerslie thing, and he wasn't even bloody shit. So,
He's still fleecing you. What was Jacko? I've never heard a story of Jacko Ford out in the wild. What's he like?
Yeah.
Is he as robotic as he is? Is there a human under there somewhere?
Yeah, mate, he's just he was just like he's a really nice guy. It could almost come across as like a bit robotic, and it sort of is reflecting how he plays as well. He just gets the job done, puts his head down and stuff. But he was super nice. But yeah, I mean there wasn't too much to him. But a lovely man, and yeah, he's another one as well. He's got a wife and I think potentially a kid on the way in a house in Auckland. So yeah, those guys, it seems like they get treated well when they're at places like Ellerslie races, and they get the prime treatment and stuff because Webby and Cam George and stuff are also there getting the prime treatment. So yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you want to live in New Zealand?
If you're an Aussie player doing all right over this side, it must be easier than being under the spotlight in Sydney. There'd be some pretty abrasive meetings with people out in the streets over in Aussie, wouldn't it? Just for the passion the game has over there. So here, everyone's going to love you because you're at the Warriors.
Mate, and especially Kurt Capewell, he's had like scandals in the past as well with the media have and like I think he said that's why he loves New Zealand. It just don't have to worry about the journos and the media pressing everybody alive. So yeah, I mean that's a great point.
Yeah, out of it. Oh, that's good to know. Speaking, you bring up beers as a possible destination for Capewell. I was reading a rumor today that they're sniffing around old Dallin.
Yeah, that was a surprise one that Dallin might be shooting off. What do you make of that one, Joel? Obviously, they picked up Grant Anderson, confirmed Warbrick's coming to replace Roger. Is there a chance that Big Dow heads off?
Oh, well, I mean, it seems like Webby is now with these young players. He's sort of looking to go. I mean, get rid of the sort of the old crop. But like, I was initially surprised with Roger leaving, but it does make a lot of sense. And yeah, when you get these young sort of, I don't know, potentially great players in Warbrick, Khan Pereira, and then Anderson, like it does make sense for Dallin to move on and go somewhere else. But yeah, Perth would be a destination. But I mean, Dallin has been playing pretty well in the last few weeks.
He has.
Almost like he's playing for a contract. But I did see he came out and I think he said he loves New Zealand and like he wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Wasn't it just like 2 or 3 days ago as well?
Yeah.
Why I found this story today so weird that it was only 2 days ago he's preaching about how he wants to stay, and then there's another rumor like that. But I guess when you look at that, that's sort of what Penrith's done during their time of just smashing everyone. They don't mind turning over some of those old boys, and like they've had a lot of experience stripped out of that club, but they've always had someone to refill it, which maybe that is the next phase of Webster's coaching.
Yeah, and Dallin's. So I was still not 100% sure. I did that Fox Sports article said that, which I'd seen earlier in the year, that it's a mutual option for Dallin for next year, so the club can take it up or he can. But obviously, maybe you feel a little bit unwanted if the club's like, well, we're not going to take the option up, Dallin, but are you gonna?
That's it. Imagine being the one not wanting to take it and just avoiding the oh fuck, he's ringing. It's going to be about that contract, man. It's just ignore it.
I mean, I reckon it would be a very Webby. It'd be a Webby. I love Andrew Webster. Don't get me wrong, but I reckon it'd be a Webby thing to have Anderson and Warbrick and Khan Pereira and have two of them playing in cup with Dallin on the wing with the other one for sure. Which I mean wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but
he loves some depth, doesn't he? Jesus, he loves some depth.
Which I mean, is there a reason? I noticed Tanner Stiles-Smith, like he's been a pretty good player this year as well, and he isn't even in the 20 today as well.
He's got a hamstring injury, I think. He was actually ruled out.
Yeah.
But again, he probably would have been the one to drop out, or even with the 17 with Capewell coming in, I think.
Surely he's ahead of Murata.
I don't know. I'd have him ahead of Murata for sure, but I'm still not quite sure whether Webster is willing to bump Nukordo right off that match day pecking order and into cup. So, because Tanner's been outstanding.
I noticed during their team song last week, there's been a bit of footage floating around of that. Geez, that's Stiles-Smith's got a bit of a rig on him, eh? He's one of those boys with the perfectly positioned tattoos and just an absolute beast. God, he would, good looking bloke, I tell you.
He's only oh man, he's the South Island's finest. He's only 22 years old as well. He's a player that's come on nicely. So you're right. We have built these pathways, and all these young guns are coming through and shining, which is great.
Yeah, he's my blue man. He's my boy. His uncle a few years ago, Joel, was telling me about his nephew. His uncle was a concrete cutter for me, Little John. Yeah. He was like this 6'5" Samoan boy we'd call Little John. And he was just like, my neph's coming through Tower Smith. And so I was keeping an eye on them in the juniors. And it was rad to see John changing every time I come on site going, how's my bro going? Like it was cool seeing it from that family point of view on a building site in Dunedin, the progression of Stiles-Smith. So I've always kept a close eye on that kid. And he shares the same birthday as me. So
that's right.
Meant to be.
Yeah.
So I might end up with an ABL and sleeping on your couch soon, Joel, mate. Friggin' Stiles-Smith and Kate's real dark on us.
Yeah, no, definitely, mate. The NRL, the wild stalkers. I did see Stephen in the comments. He just said rumors are Chance, Capewell, Harris, Tavita are going to re-sign new deals with Tamati Martin. Like, he's almost a forgotten player in the rotation this year, which once again, the depth with Luke Hansen, Tanner, Metcalf. Yeah, it's great.
I think Tamati's done his job too with the Warriors. In terms of if he was around another year, it might take us backwards in terms of what they're trying to build. Yeah. He would hate the Super League, wouldn't he? The hunter-gatherer he is. Pretty hard going fishing and sticking a pig in the north of England.
Wakefield, yeah. So down to Perth potentially. So Capewell, I mean, Chance has got a contract for next year. I'd be surprised me if they'd extend him, especially now. Doesn't sort of make too much sense. Capewell re-signing makes more sense, particularly if Dallin goes, just for the glut of veterans that are leaving, like that Barnett, Tuivasa-Sheck, who's the other one, and Marata, all confirmed already. There's three more senior guys. To lose Dallin and Capewell would be just this big leadership void almost at once. I do have another one to run past you boys. The whole, I will ask you, Joel, where you sit on the whole halves puzzle with the three of them there, and we've been debating it ad nauseum this season. But I did have a thought that if Metcalf sort of demands selection and Boyd is going so, maybe Boyd takes that bench utility spot. With Healy's been fine, but not really offering, too much punch off the bench. Boyd he played a third of his NRL games for the Titans off the bench and plenty of time at dummy half. Seems to suit that a bit better than even, say, Tamate Martin or Chanel. Maybe that's a sort of solution to cram all three into the 17.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's a great position to be in, but it's also probably in a couple of weeks going to be a tough position. Metcalf, he played, he looked pretty average in all reality when he was playing at 6 alongside Tanner in those 2 games. Didn't really add much. Maybe he was back too soon. Maybe he just doesn't fit in well with Tanner. I'm sure everyone's discussed as well. I found a few real interesting things. One of the podcasts I work on is with Josh Reynolds and Luke Carey, 2 guys who were sort of just out and out sixes their whole career, really. And they talk about like the difference between the 6 and the 7 position and like how people think you can just sort of throw any half into either of those positions, but there really is a bit of a you need a good 6, and clearly after watching the games you played this year, Chanel Harris-Tavita is the Warriors' best 6. So it's finding out whether you can have this $900,000 a year player, Luke Metcalf, play New South Wales Cup, or bring him in the bench. Tanner Boyd falls out of form, potentially utility. I'm name dropping a few people here, but Woodsy, old Aaron Woods, he works at Triple M. He's good friends of Luke Metcalf as well. He reckons that the Warriors could potentially run a play. This is very left field, but Luke Metcalf could go back to fullback and have all 3 of them in the side, which I don't know how fast Luke Metcalf is these days after all his injuries and stuff, but when that explosive speed and stuff that he used to have, I mean, he could be a fullback, but then again, you have these 2 fullbacks who are on contracts who aren't there, so it's a bizarre situation.
I've banged on about that. Me and Woodsy be like that, bro. I tell you, because I've banged on about that too. You give away a lot in defence with Metcalf back there. I think think he's pretty average and weak on defence, but just for his, at least the rest of the team aren't relying on him to set up for something if his failed venture doesn't work. You know what I mean? He's a run first player, and sometimes he runs first and then runs people out of space outside him. Whereas if he can just scope around, sniffing around at fullback and pick his moment, because he's self-sourcing, I reckon that's the perfect spot. Did he not play a bit for Sharks?
Yeah, 7 New South Wales Cup games as a fullback, so it's not like he's foreign to the role. He definitely has that sort of some of the attributes you'd like in a fullback. Probably decent ball playing, great ball runner, plenty of pace. I do worry about his durability, given all his injuries. Expecting a guy to take 15 to 20 runs a game could end up a bit of a Sam Tompkins type. Not only making sort of 60 to 80 meters a game and not really doing everything you need from a fullback. But I'd love to see it. I mean, why not get him in the number 1 jersey at New South Wales Cup if you can't squeeze him into the NRL match day team?
Yeah, definitely.
Out of it, it's going to cause maybe a bit of a storyline if it continues this way. They both come back and there's an odd man out. Tanner might just say, he's already upped his pay rate back if he goes back to Aussie. I reckon Tanner Boyd, he could go to a Dragons and that and make some good coin. So maybe maybe he'll just
had a baby too. He's just had it. He's sort of newly married or a new father kind of thing as well. So
hopefully some Kiwi chick jumped on him, so he stays this side of the Tassie.
won't let him go. But yeah, it is, and with two of those guys, the current halves pairing, both off contract, it's a very multi-layered situation.
It is remarkable that Tanner Boyd's only 25 as well. Like
Is he?
Yeah. Like when we signed him, I think he was 23. It must have been 24. What it must have been, but it's it is bizarre how
he was a prodigy though, wasn't he? Coming through the age group.
But it just felt like when he was playing at the Titans, he was like a journeyman, but he was actually just a young player who just never really got a chance. And but I mean, look, everyone is very quick to forget as well how good Luke Metcalf was in those first 12 rounds, whatever it was last year. Like, if that's the reason why we moved mountains to give him this massive contract and keep him in New Zealand. He's still a great player. It would be good to see him back and playing to his potential for sure.
Well, and putting a season together.
Metcalf's one of the few players in the team that actually he's sort of like a Dallin that people sort of argue over a little bit. It's sort of, I don't know what it is about his character, but there's a lot of people almost want to see him fail because it will validate what they think about his character. He's a strange one, old Metcalf.
He's almost formed into exactly what Sean Johnson was. Like, it's like it's literally as soon as the poison chalice, exactly. As soon as Sean Johnson, as soon as he left, you need to find someone to talk about it and discuss. And I guess he can be rocks and diamonds, Metcalf as well, which was the Sean Johnson special. So
You're dead right. I hadn't thought of it that way. The baton just got handed straight over. I don't know if Grant Ravelli ever caught that sort of criticism, did he? Oh, Grant handled it.
Yeah. But one of the most mentally tough players in the modern era.
At least.
Tanner Boyd. Just speaking of him, he had one sort of full season with the Titans. Sort of his 69 games are spread across sort of 5 years. So he came here on that infamous Anzac Day loss that the Warriors had to the Titans, 2024. Had a blinder, scored a try, kicked another field goal, which wasn't his first at Mount Smart as a Titan. He's playing 5'8" that day. They only gave him 3 more games at the Titans. So he played one game, ditched after a loss to Melbourne, played 2 late season games as a fill-in. So, he's just another one, like Cam Pereira, one that Des Hasler just sort of cast aside. Ends up in our lap.
I know, and I mean that he was sort of going against Kieran Foran as well. Foz was sort of in there holding that position, and they have about 15 fullbacks, the Titans as well. So they moved Jaden Campbell into the halves and that. But I was looking back at a few of those Warriors Titans matchups over the years, and that infamous Anzac Day one, and then also that disaster one when was it the last game of the season when we were winning by 20 points at halftime, and then they came back and ran. I think there was another Tanner Boyd.
That was end of 2022. So we brought it was our last round, and we brought that match back to Mount Smart as well. I was looking at the highlights the other day. So I knew something horrific had happened. We're 26-12 up with less than 7 minutes to go. So they got 2 tries, jagged a penalty goal, sent it to Golden Point, and Tanner Boyd steps up.
Oh, fuck them in their powder blue jerseys.
Xavier Braun's asked if you've got any winners today, Joel. Are you on the nags?
Oh, nah, look, I'm having a bit of a break from punting at the moment, so I think it's just.
This sounds like another issue.
But I'm just trying to enjoy the footy. But there is, if anyone is listening, Jigsaw to win the Quokka, paying about $4 in Perth. Perth race 8 or something, or race 9. So that'll be a bit.
Was that from the King? Is that straight from the King?
Oh no, I don't. He hasn't been in the best form recently, but he was
on a good run there for a bit.
Mate, he absolutely killed it. Like he went on. There was a period where he was hitting these $12 winners and stuff, and he was also on SEN Track Radio, like the biggest racing show in Australia. And he's just the definition of a Kiwi battler, sort of, I don't know, making a name for himself on social media. It's great.
Big
to say.
chunks too, isn't it? Like it's a big chunk. It's like, come on, King, can you afford that, bro? And a Sunday afternoon, his missus filming him, like, oh, family, come on, kids to be fed there.
Yeah,
but he went on a run.
Yeah, no, it's good, but yes, no, that just thinking of that 2022, just the whole season, it was just a disaster. And then that was just the way. Another great Titans Warriors memory, or a horrible one is when we lost 66-6 to them or whatever it was. That was you'd say probably one of that's up there with the Storm 70-10 dark day for Warriors fans.
I'd say it was worse because it was the Titans. Like, they were well out of contention. We were still fighting for a finals place. I was over in Melbourne on a weekend away, spent half the day trying to find somewhere, like, tee up somewhere that would be showing it. Went out of your way. Went out of my way, sitting there watching it, blowing up. All these AFL fans are like looking at me going, what's wrong with that guy? And what the hell is that sport on the TV? And then had to, scoot back to the hotel and do some play ratings.
Oh, that was disgusting. And we're going to live in their record books. They're not going to break that for a while either. We're going to live in the Titans record books for a long time. Up on their wall in their club rooms. Warriors are going to be written there for that disgusting, absolute shithouse display.
Well, and so is that. It equaled our biggest, didn't it? Our biggest ever loss. And it's not like we want that broken to knock.
I'd almost chuck one. I'd almost chuck one to chuck it against a good team, Penrith or someone. You don't want Gold Coast owning that.
Just lay down.
Another dark memory as a Warriors fan against the Titans.
It's turned into a full counselling session now. Just our worst moments supporting this club.
When we had that game against, I think it might have been the same year or maybe the year before, and when Matt Lodge and Reece Walsh and Kane Evans were
2021.
2021, and then I think Matt Lodge got sent off and he did the FU to the crowd.
It was there. Jazzy was involved in that. I think it was it Jazz and Lodge and someone else got binned 44-0.
And that was
Reece got that in front of me actually, but
was it Reece Walsh's last game for the Warriors as well?
No, he played 2022 as well. That's the end of his first year. But they just drilled us. I think that was their biggest win at the time. The Titans 44-0. They don't have a hell of a lot of big wins, so we're up there in the.
This sounds like a Titans podcast all of a sudden. Every time
go Titans,
the Warriors.
Mate, we're just playing the reverse curse because the last time when we went into the Tigers game, red hot favorites, it was just like 13 plus, let get a score. How many more bets can you land? Who's the try scorers? And then we just got our pants pulled down. So I think you just want to play the Warriors do their best work when we're on the back foot, I reckon.
Yeah. Do you know another thing on our side this afternoon, boys? I haven't witnessed a loss on New Zealand soil this year.
Well,
because you missed the Tigers game. Well,
I missed both of those two. I was out of the country, so I might be a little. You might want to, if anyone's in Dunedin, shoot around to my place and give my head a little rub anti-clockwise, and I reckon we're in for another win.
It's I'm a bit nervous about this one. Just the Titans have that just the quick outside backs, and I think if we get ragged like we did against the Tigers, and defending out of their half, then we could get our pants pulled down again. But if you take last week's performance as gospel, then we should be far too good and dominating through the middle. But what's your predictions, boys? We should probably start winding her up.
Let Joel get back to his afternoon. I reckon I'm going to go. I don't want it to be this. I want it to be more, but I'm going to say 24-16 to us. Actually, and before we do this, I should probably give you the weather updates from the Harbour City.
Oh, mate.
So at kickoff, it's still 19 km an hour northerly, gusting to 50, nearly 60 in some points, and a couple of mil of rain. So it's 19 degrees. It's warm. So but it's going to be a shithouse day there, I think.
Do you think that might play into Andrew Webster's thinking of maybe bringing Chance in, your sort of safety first fullback in swirly, wet conditions and needing tough carries out of the backfield?
Yeah, that's probably not a bad shout.
What we don't want to do is do what we did against the Bulldogs last year and drop Tanner Boyd when it's pissing down with rain and not have a kicker. That's
what a cop-out.
I mean, that was another, just talking about bad days to be a Warriors fan. But that was.
There's a podcast in this, I reckon. Just all go over all the shit games we've witnessed.
Yeah, shit.
Mate, I know the boys of the ACC. They have the Black Caps supporters support group as well. So it could be something in the. But we don't need to. I think it's just the blind pessimism of being a Warriors fan. But we actually looking amazing. And yeah, I reckon 32-12 Warriors win by 20.
Yes,
get the ball, beat them up through the middle, carry on that momentum, that sort of just schoolyard vibe of last week, and just getting around each other and stuff. And yeah, I'm hoping that Roger has a big game again, because I mean, I was sort of shit canning him, which felt bad after that Cronulla game, and I thought it was probably one of the worst games I've ever seen, probably the worst game we've ever seen him play in a Warriors jersey. And then he came out last week and he finally had that sort of momentum shift, and you could see he was enjoying, he was playing, and he got the finger waving stuff going as well. And it was it was just great to see him back. So
I'd love to see him really put a stamp on that centre spot, and if say Loffy can grab a couple of tries today and Roger really settles in that centre spot, really put a cat amongst pigeons in that three-quarter line, which I whinge about ad nauseum, that our centre stock's a shit house. I'd love to see Roger grab it.
That centre spot's had a real estate sign on it for months now, just this empty section without anyone buying it. So yeah, I'd love him to buy that section and make it his own for 12 months or the rest of the season.
I reckon, like I was just having a scroll last night, and it popped up. It was like the streets won't forget 2018 Roger Tuivasa Sheck season. It was just these highlights of him just putting on these unreal steps, and then just everything about it. I mean, like they used to call Sean Johnson in that 2023 season, I think his nickname was Daylight Savings, because he was winding the clock back. It'd just be great to just see RTS put on one just unbelievable try, to see him chuck a couple of steps on, bump someone off. I think that's just in the next 20 or however many more games left in the season. I just want to see RTS do that once, and he can leave the Warriors a happy man.
He's got more of a chance of that at centre too, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And, did you, before we give you your score, this might this may sway your score here too. Has anyone read about Tino coming out and badmouthing James Fisher-Harris?
What?
I don't know if it's clickbait or what. I read one article this morning. It was about Tino saying he's not as hard as he thinks he is or something. And I was like, this can't be real. This can't be real. So I don't know. Everyone, just take that little bit of homework. See if I'm actually done that. Actually read something. But yeah,
been watching too much House of Solomona's. Pre-fight.
Stefano
out of it.
Stefano Utuikimano, he was doing that to the Broncos, and and before the final and before that game, they beat him twice. But mate, it's ironic because I reckon Tino has been one of the most underwhelming players in the comp this year. Like I play NRL fantasy, and I had him for the first couple of weeks. I was watching him in depth, and he hasn't been able to adjust to the speed of the game. That's my take. So, and I feel like Fisher-Harris has been one of the better forwards. And he's been back to his bruising self. So that's, mate, bring it on. Good. Send it down to the sheds.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you've just fucking lit the fire then. Thanks, bro. We're sweet this afternoon.
Tino did step it up a bit last week, 183 meters after struggling to get to 100 in the first 3 rounds. But I'd love to see us send him packing like we did with Joe Tapine. Maybe Cam George would be in the stands with a case of pals ready to fucking
stuff on pals.
16
passion fruit pals.
I think Cam George, like, this is obviously off topic, but Cam George is he is a great, I'm sure you guys agree as well. He is a great person to be leading the club. And I think he's a loose cannon.
He's part of the team, isn't he? He is part. He is. Yeah, not many bosses or CEOs have been. You could just think he's actually part of the coaching staff almost. He's hands-on.
And sort of seems more, prevalent than a lot of CEOs. Obviously, during the COVID times, that was out of necessity.
He's a history.
Yeah, he's from Lismore, isn't he? Or
Casino. Yeah, he's from a place. It's a really good listen with the Between Two Beers Boys, the podcast.
Yeah, great.
And he told his whole life, but he's Casino, somewhere in New South Wales, but he's just a country man. He just worked his way through racing. He was a racing steward. Like he sort of was one of the people that like set the rules and stuff. And then he got into CEOs type stuff. And he worked in New South Wales racing. He's sort of the Peter Volandis of New Zealand, because I think he still does a fair bit of stuff for the thoroughbred horse racing in New Zealand. But
he was doing double duty for quite a long time, wasn't he? Like in quite significant roles. Yeah.
And that's what Volandis does for New South Wales as well.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
it's good having doers and goers in the club.
Yeah. Good shit. Right, we'll start shutting this thing down. What are your plans, boys? What are you eating? At what position are you at home, on the couch, or what's going on, Joel?
Mate, I've just had a few of the fellas. I was going to just take it easy, watch it, but I just went for a walk before. I was thinking, you got to enjoy the day. We'll go try find a bar, get a few cheap schooners in, and hopefully we can see a Warriors.
How old are you? God,
I'm 25.
Oh, see, that's exactly what I'd do at 25 too.
Oh, jeez, you're like a bastard.
And then I'll be and then hopefully don't overdo it, and probably at about 7 p.m. I'll be refreshing, looking to make sure Capewell's got a good score.
So you'll be all right for the post game show, 8 a.m. New Zealand time.
Yeah, mate, I'll be there. You got to front up to these things.
Still out. We'll be in the club, especially if we do the ADA boys. Oh, good
mate,
shit.
Exactly. Are you boys doing Magic Round again this year?
No,
not this year. We're not. Are you going?
I am. I've just pulled a few funds together, and I've booked the flight, so I'll be there. Which made it's the great weekend. And my old boy Mike, he's going to be over there again. So
is he going again too? Is he? Because that's
the
funny thing. The
mate.
Listeners won't know about this show, but our connection with Joel has been through Mike, who has been a day oneer with us, hasn't he, Will? And I remember going to
Mike's closer to our age than Joel is, so
yeah, exactly. I went to a Hariki gig, and I had this young fella come up to me. He goes, "You Brad from this website?" I was like, "Yeah," like quite happy. He goes, "My dad listens to you," and I was like, "Oh, am I that old? Am I?" It's just like kids coming up telling the dad listens to the show. But I'll never forget that day. But it's been a good little. The both of you has been great finds to our lives, I think, and we appreciate you rolling in on a Saturday, brother.
Yeah, mate. Awesome, mate.
Mate, it's been great. It's been a privilege. I love chatting Warriors, and it's been great to chat with you fellas.
Sweet. We'll pest you again sometime, mate.
100%. What's your prediction, Will, before we go?
I reckon it could be a bit of a low score, I think, in the conditions, but I think we'll grind out a 22-12 win.
Oh, yeah. See, what did I say? 24-16. And you're going 32-10, Joel? Was that right?
I actually go, 32. I'll go 32-12. I think Campbell gets conversions.
How much is it paying? What minute do you reckon they'll tell us what's that half? Jaden Campbell, when will they tell us he's the new dad? 7th minute? Did you listen to that last week watching the show, Joel? The game? Jeez, they let that roll out.
Yeah, 7. What is this? The same thing for the first try. They usually have it as an 8-minute cutoff. I reckon that'll the same market.
I'm going before.
That's the line. Yeah,
I'm going before.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, they actually we don't have. Is it? Yeah, we don't have the New Zealand commentary over, so we get the Fox commentators. But it's just the Fox guys. They'll be calling it. They'll be in a studio as well. They only come over to New Zealand for the big games. But yeah, I mean, you do miss that Kiwi voice. But no doubt
we pine for the Fox one sometimes.
Yeah.
So that's out of it. You say that. That's good, but we're just.
I mean,
not that.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I probably take that back, to be fair.
Careful
But
what
it's
Yeah, careful.
Yeah,
unless it's Sammy Hewitt finally getting his call up to be a TV commentator. Just, remiss me to not mention this earlier, but he's been doing New South Wales Cup games, Sammy Hewitt, on the TV. Obviously
awesome.
a radio
Nice.
veteran, but yeah, awesome to see him get the call up for TV footy. So no, I'm sure we'll be seeing more of him.
He's
awesome.
He's great. Yeah, I've listened to him a few times on SEN. I reckon he is awesome. So that'll be great to see him getting his gig. So yeah, fingers crossed he can. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. No, good shit. That's a long way. Remember during the COVID years, he was mixing paint at Resine when we had him on the podcast. It was
really?
Colour specialist at Resine when they shut down Radio Sport, and he's had to rebuild all that. So good on the bastard. He's gone after it, and he's excelling. Yeah.
Calling every game, every Warriors game live on Sport Nation as well. Friends of our show, Sport Nation. So
sorry, Sport Nation, not SEN, but yeah.
It was SEN before that. But no, good times. Enjoy the game this afternoon, boys. Thanks for everyone that's dropped in on this live pre-game show, and enjoy your game day afternoon/evening. I meant to mention also the player ratings thing that Brian from Mix and Pick has rigged up. So players, I'll put a link to it actually in this, but you can drop your own player rating, so you can go and give Kurt Capewell 10 out of 10, Joel, and we'll see how many people back you up. Bump up his average there. And but it's very cool. It shows every player's season average in the Kings Container Crew player ratings, and can drop your own thoughts in. It'll open up half an hour before kickoff, so get in there and give it a test run. But thank you, boys. Thanks, Joel. Great to have you on, mate. You too, Brad. And until next week, take care of yourselves and each other.